You are about to ruin your own life. Right now, in this moment, you are planning something. A business venture, a career move, a relationship decision, a personal transformation. And your fingers are itching to tell someone about it. You want to post it on social media. You want to tell your friends at dinner. You want to share your vision, your strategy, your next chess move. You think this is confidence. You think this is authenticity. You think that speaking your dreams into existence will manifest them. You are wrong. The moment you open your mouth and reveal your next move, you have activated a psychological mechanism that will destroy your chances of success. You have given your enemies the map. You have handed your rivals the playbook. You have shown the world exactly where to aim their arrows. But worse, far worse, you have tricked your own brain into believing you've already achieved what you've only imagined. You get the dopamine hit of accomplishment without doing the work. You receive the validation without earning the victory. And your motivation, that precious fuel that should be propelling you forward, evaporates into the approval of people who don't matter. Niccolò Machiavelli understood something that will separate you from 99% of people. The most powerful move is the one your opponent doesn't see coming. In chapter 18 of The Prince, Machiavelli presents a metaphor that is echoed through 5 centuries: the lion and the fox. He wrote, "A prince must know how to use both natures, and that one without the other is not durable. You must be a fox to recognize traps and a lion to frighten wolves." Most people are neither. They are rabbits, visible, predictable, and prey. Today, we are going to dissect why revealing your plans is strategic suicide. We are going to explore the dark psychology of premature disclosure and how it weaponizes both your enemies and your own biology against you. And by the end, you will understand why the most dangerous people in any room are the ones saying the least. This is not about lying. This is about asymmetric information warfare. This is about understanding that in a world where everyone is broadcasting, the person operating in silence is operating with a nuclear advantage. But I must warn you, once you adopt the lion and fox mentality, you will feel isolated. You will watch others share their dreams and celebrate their announcements, and you will feel the pull to join them. Resist. Because while they are performing, you will be executing. While they are celebrating potential, you will be actualizing results. The lion roars after the kill, not before the hunt. The fox moves through the shadows, not across the stage. Are you ready to become both? Let's descend. The dopamine trap. Let's start with your brain. Because before we discuss tactics, we need to understand why you're neurologically wired to self-sabotage. There's a psychological phenomenon discovered by researcher Peter Gollwitzer called social reality. His studies at NYU revealed something devastating. When you tell someone your goal, your brain experiences a premature sense of completeness. Here's what happens. You decide you're going to start a business. The vision is clear. The energy is high. You're excited. So you tell your friend over coffee, "I'm launching a startup. It's going to revolutionize the industry." Your friend says, "Wow, that's amazing. I'm so proud of you." And in that moment, your brain releases dopamine, the same dopamine it would release if you'd actually built the business. Your primitive reward system cannot distinguish between the announcement of the goal and the achievement of the goal. Both trigger the same neurochemical cascade. You walk away from that coffee feeling accomplished, validated, seen. But you haven't done anything yet. You've simply stolen the reward that was meant to fuel the work. You've spent money you haven't earned. Now, when you sit down to actually execute, to do the grinding, unglamorous work of building. Your brain says, why? We already got the reward. We already received the validation. Why work for something we've already achieved? Your motivation collapses. The project dies. And you wonder why you can never finish what you start. This is the dopamine trap. And every time you announce your plans prematurely, you're walking into it willingly. Machiavelli would tell you, the fox does not announce to the forest that it is hunting. It moves in silence, and the prey never sees it coming. When you move in silence, you preserve the tension between desire and achievement. That tension is your fuel. The moment you release it through premature disclosure, you deflate the very engine that would have carried you to the finish line. Stop feeding your ego with announcements. Feed it with results. The architecture of opposition. Now let's discuss your enemies. And yes, you have enemies. Not necessarily people who hate you, though some do, but people whose interests are misaligned with yours. People who would prefer you stay exactly where you are. People who need you to fail so they can feel safe about their own stagnation. When you reveal your next move, you do something tactically insane. You give them time to prepare defenses. Imagine you're playing chess. You look at your opponent and say, in 3 moves, I'm going to castle kingside and then push my knight to attack your bishop. What do you think happens? They adjust. They counter. They neutralize your strategy before you even execute it. Yet this is exactly what people do in real life. They announce they're leaving their job before securing the new one. They tell their family they're moving across the country before making arrangements. They reveal their business idea to colleagues who could become competitors. Every time you speak your strategy out loud, you create what military theorists call preparation time for opposition. You allow people to steal your idea and execute it faster. The world is full of people with execution capability but no vision. When you hand them your vision on a silver platter, you've just armed your own replacement. Your colleague takes your business concept to their connected friend. Your supportive acquaintance files the patent before you do. The person you trusted most launches the exact venture you described, and when you confront them, they say, "Great minds think alike." Sabotage you with strategic doubt. This is more insidious. When you announce your plan, people don't always attack directly. Instead, they plant seeds of doubt disguised as concern. That's a great idea, but have you thought about obscure obstacle? I love that for you, but you know the statistics on that are really discouraging. Wow, bold move. I could never take that kind of risk. Each statement is a psychological anchor, weighing down your confidence. And because it's wrapped in the language of care, you accept it. You internalize it. You begin to second-guess yourself. Not because the obstacles are real, but because you've given others the power to define your reality. Preemptively close doors you haven't even approached yet. In professional and social environments, reputation is currency. When you announce you're pursuing something, people begin to form opinions before you've even started. They tell others. They create narratives. They frame you as the person trying to do that thing before you've proven you can. If you fail, the failure is public and humiliating. If you succeed, the success is diminished because everyone knew you were doing it. But if you move in silence, if you execute without announcement, the failure is private. You can pivot, adjust, try again, and no one is counting your attempts. And the success is explosive. It comes out of nowhere. It demands attention because it wasn't predicted. It cannot be diminished because there was no expectation to meet. Machiavelli advised, "Everyone sees what you appear to be. Few experience what you really are." The lion and the fox understand this asymmetry. The lion shows strength when necessary, but only after victory is secured. The fox conceals intention until the trap is sprung. You must become comfortable operating in the shadows, because in the shadows, you are unjudgeable, you are untargetable, you are free. The theater of intent. There's a deeper layer here, a darker truth about human psychology that most people never grasp. When you reveal your plans, you are not just informing people, you are performing for them. You are seeking something, and what you're seeking determines whether you're the lion, the fox, or the rabbit. The rabbit seeks approval. I'm thinking about starting a business. What do you think? Should I do it? Do you think I can? The rabbit broadcasts weakness. It outsources decision-making to the tribe. It needs permission to act, and because it needs permission, it will never be sovereign. The lion seeks fear. I'm about to destroy the competition. Watch what happens next. The lion broadcasts strength prematurely. It wants to intimidate. But intimidation before execution is foolish because it unites your enemies against you. It puts everyone on alert. The lion becomes predictable, and predictable threats are manageable threats. The fox seeks nothing. The fox does not perform. The fox observes. The fox asks questions, listens carefully, and reveals nothing. The fox allows others to fill the silence with their own assumptions, plans, and weaknesses. When someone asks the fox, "What are you working on?" the fox responds, "Oh, a few things. Nothing too serious yet. Just exploring some options. We'll see. Honestly, I'm still in research mode." The fox gives the impression of activity without specifics. It deflects without appearing evasive. It maintains mystery without seeming secretive. Why? Because the fox understands that information is a one-way street. Once you give it, you cannot take it back. Once you've shown your hand, you cannot unshow it. In poker, the best players are not the ones with the best cards. They're the ones who reveal nothing while extracting everything from their opponent's tells. In business, warfare, and relationships, the same principle applies. The person asking questions controls the conversation. The person answering questions is leaking data. Stop answering. Start observing. The surveillance state of social media. We live in an era of voluntary surveillance. People document every meal, every workout, every thought, every plan. They think they're building a personal brand. They're actually building a case file that anyone can use against them. Social media has convinced an entire generation that visibility equals value. That if you're not sharing, you're not existing. That authenticity means transparency. This is a lie designed to harvest your data, your attention, and your strategic advantage. Every time you post about your goals, your location, your plans, you are creating a digital footprint that can be weaponized by competitors, by stalkers, by algorithms that profile you and predict your behavior, by future employers who will judge your past, by enemies you haven't even made yet. But more insidiously, social media has gamified validation. You post your goal. People like it. You get a hit of dopamine. You associate the announcement with reward. You become addicted to the performance rather than the execution. Look at your own patterns. How many times have you announced a transformation? New year, new me, starting my fitness journey, building my empire, only to abandon it within weeks. The announcement became the event. The post became the achievement. And when the likes stopped coming, when the comments dried up, When people stopped caring about your proclaimed journey, you lost interest too. Because you weren't actually committed to the goal, you were committed to the attention the goal generated. The lion and the fox do not perform for an audience. They execute in the dark and emerge with trophies. Delete the posts about what you're about to do. Stop announcing your upcoming moves. Let your results speak. Let people discover your transformation after it's complete, not during the messy middle. Imagine the power of this. You disappear from social media for 6 months. No explanation, no updates, just silence. And then you re-emerge, with the business launched, the body transformed, the book published, the life completely restructured. The impact is 100x greater than if you documented every step, because you've created a gap, a before and after with no middle, and the human brain cannot resist a mystery. They will ask, "How did you do this?" And you will simply smile and say, "I worked." No blog posts, no vlogs, no threads, just work. That is the way of the fox. The paradox of trust. Now you might be thinking, but what about accountability? What about support? What about my inner circle? This is where most people collapse back into weakness. They understand the principle intellectually, but cannot apply it because they're addicted to external validation disguised as support. Let me be clear. You do not need support to execute. You need discipline. The people who genuinely support you don't need daily updates. They don't need to be convinced of your plan. They don't need to validate your every move. They trust your competence and wait for your results. The people who demand constant updates, who need to understand your strategy, who ask probing questions about your timeline and methods. These are not supporters. These are auditors. And auditors exist to find flaws, to manage risk, to ensure predictability. You are not predictable. You are the lion and the fox. You cannot be audited. But here's the paradox. The less you reveal to people, the more you reveal about yourself. Your willingness to move in silence signals confidence. It signals that you don't need their permission. It signals that you've already made peace with potential failure because you're not performing for an audience. This confidence is magnetic. It draws real support, the kind that doesn't require explanation, the kind that says, "I don't know what you're doing, but I know you'll figure it out." Machiavelli wrote about this dynamic in terms of princely authority. Men judge generally more by the eye than by the hand, for everyone can see but few can feel. Translation: people respect what they see, not what you promise. Stop promising. Start producing. The moment you need to explain your plan to justify it, you've already lost authority. Plans that require explanation are plans that require permission. And if you need permission, you're not sovereign. You're a subject. The strategic silence protocol. So how do you actually implement this? How do you move through a world that demands transparency while maintaining operational security? Here's the protocol. Tier 1. Total information blackout. For your most important moves, career changes, business launches, major life restructuring, tell absolutely no one until it's irreversible. Not your parents, not your best friend, not your partner, though this requires nuance we'll address. The rule is simple. If it can still be stopped, it's too early to share. If someone's opinion could deter you, you're not ready to speak. Execute first, announce second, or better yet, don't announce at all. Let them find out organically. Tier 2. Strategic misdirection. For medium priority projects where complete silence is impossible because you need collaborators or resources, practice the art of misdirection. Share a decoy. Give people something to focus on that isn't your actual strategy. You're building a tech company? Tell people you're consulting in the tech space. True, but incomplete. You're writing a book? Tell people you're working on some writing projects. Vague enough to satisfy curiosity without revealing the thesis. The fox does not lie. Lying creates fragility. The fox simply allows others to draw their own conclusions from incomplete data. Tier 3. Delayed revelation. For low priority or personal goals, you can share, but only after the foundation is laid. Don't announce you're getting in shape. Get in shape for 3 months, then let people notice and ask. Your answer? Yeah, I've been consistent with it. No drama, no story, just fact. Don't announce you're learning a new skill. Learn it until you're competent, then demonstrate it casually. Let them be surprised. The power is in the gap between their last perception of you and the current reality. That gap creates awe. Announcements eliminate the gap. Tier 4. The Sphinx response. When people ask what you're working on, and they will, master the art of the non-answer. Just staying busy. A few things in motion. We'll see what sticks. Honestly, it's too early to talk about. I'll let you know when there's something real. These responses are polite, but impenetrable. They acknowledge the question without feeding the interrogation. They maintain rapport without surrendering information. The Sphinx does not explain. The Sphinx poses riddles. Be the Sphinx. The partner exception and its limits. Now, the uncomfortable question. What about your romantic partner or spouse? This is where the lion and the fox must negotiate with the reality of intimate relationships. Complete operational security is often incompatible with partnership, but so is complete transparency. The principle remains. Share the vision, not the step-by-step. Your partner should know your general direction. They should understand your ambitions, but they do not need to be involved in every tactical decision unless they're a direct collaborator in the venture. Too many people use their partners as therapists, accountability coaches, and strategic advisors for every micro decision. This creates several problems. Decision fatigue for both parties. Every choice becomes a negotiation. Diluted authority. If you need their approval for every move, you're not leading, you're seeking permission. Weaponized information. If the relationship sours, everything you've shared becomes ammunition. Share the destination. Share the major milestones. But the daily grind, the small pivots, the tactical adjustments, those are yours to execute. A strong partner trusts your competence. A weak partner needs constant reassurance. Choose accordingly. And remember, even in love, the fox remains a fox. Mystery sustains attraction. Predictability kills it. The integration, becoming both. Now we arrive at the synthesis. The reason Machiavelli used both metaphors, the lion and the fox, is because you need both to survive the modern arena. The lion is your capacity for visible force. It's the moment you do reveal yourself, but only after victory is secured. It's the press release after the company is profitable. It's the announcement after the deal is signed. It's the roar that establishes dominance once the threat is eliminated. The lion is public power. It's necessary for reputation, for deterrence, for claiming territory. But the lion is dumb without the fox. The lion charges into traps. The lion is predictable. The fox is your capacity for invisible maneuvering. It's the 95% of your operation that happens in shadow. It's the networking, the planning, the executing, the failing, the adjusting, all done without witnesses. The fox sees the trap before stepping in it. The fox learns the terrain before moving. The fox is private power. It's necessary for survival, for adaptability, for surprise. But the fox is weak without the lion. The fox can maneuver forever but never claim victory. The fox must eventually reveal itself to harvest the fruits of its cunning. You must be both. You must have the wisdom to know when to hide, 99% of the time, and when to reveal, 1% of the time, when it matters most. The amateur reveals constantly and hides never. They are loud, visible, and conquered. The coward hides constantly and reveals never. They are safe, invisible, and irrelevant. The master hides strategically and reveals tactically. They are unpredictable, formidable, and ultimately victorious. The isolation tax. Here's what no one tells you about adopting this mindset. You will feel alone. When you stop sharing your journey, people will stop asking about it. When you stop performing your progress, people will stop witnessing it. You will work in silence while others celebrate their announced intentions on social media. There will be moments when you question whether you exist at all if no one is watching. This is the existential crisis of the modern age. We have confused being seen with being real. But here's the truth. The lion and fox know. Your reality is not contingent on their observation. The tree falling in the forest makes a sound whether anyone hears it or not. Your work has value whether anyone acknowledges it or not. Your transformation is real whether anyone documents it or not. In fact, it's more real without the audience. Because it's happening for you, not for them. The isolation you feel is actually freedom. You're free from the need to perform, free from the need to justify, free from the tyranny of other people's opinions about your unfinished work. Embrace the isolation. It's the price of sovereignty. And sovereignty is the only prize worth pursuing. Machiavelli himself wrote The Prince while in exile, isolated, ignored, stripped of power. And that book, written in silence, has outlived every prince he advised and every kingdom of his era. Your silence is not absence, it's gestation. It's the darkness before the dawn. It's the moment before the strike. The reveal. So when do you finally speak? When do you announce? When do you let the lion roar? Only when the outcome is irreversible. When the contract is signed and cannot be broken. When the business is profitable and public. When the transformation is complete and visible. When the move has already been made and cannot be countered. At that point, you're not asking for validation. You're not seeking support. You're simply stating a fact about reality. And facts don't require permission. When you speak from that position, from the position of accomplished reality rather than intended action, your words carry a different weight. People don't doubt you because there's nothing to doubt. People don't sabotage you because there's nothing left to sabotage. You've already won. The announcement is just the coronation. The final warning. I'm going to tell you something that might anger you. Most of you will not apply this. You'll watch this video. You'll nod along. You'll feel the truth of it resonating in your chest. And then you'll go tell someone about your plan to move in silence. You'll announce that you're going to stop announcing. You'll perform the very behavior you're trying to eliminate. Because the addiction to validation is stronger than your commitment to victory. But for the few of you who actually get this, who feel it not just intellectually but in your bones, You're about to experience a level of power you didn't know was available. You're about to move through the world like a ghost, invisible until you choose to materialize. You're about to build empires while others are still drafting business plans. You're about to transform your life while others are still posting transformation. Tuesday quotes. And when they finally see you, really see you, for what you've become, they won't understand how you did it. They'll ask for the secret, and you'll just smile. Because the lion doesn't explain the hunt, and the fox doesn't reveal the den. You simply move in silence, in shadow, in certainty, until the moment arrives to strike. And then, only then, do you let them hear you roar. Now go, execute, and for God's sake, stop talking about it. If you're ready to join the outliers who operate in shadow and reveal in victory, subscribe to this channel. We don't teach you how to announce your dreams. We teach you how to actualize them. The lion and the fox are waiting for you in the darkness. I'll see you there.